the end of Camp Cretaceous Season 3, we hear that mystery dinosaur on the boat with the campers, and we're unsure of what it is. But what if I told you I have the answers to what that dinosaur is? So we're going to cover that in today's video. Don't forget to hit that like button, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more Jurassic World content from me. If you do it now, you can always unsubscribe if you don't like the content later. Right, let's get straight into today's video. So hello everybody and welcome to today's video with me, Shadows, where we're going to be talking about that mystery dinosaur on the boat and what it could be. Now I've got some good evidence and a theory on this of what it could be, so I hope you're ready for this. Now, the dinosaur on the boat has been a lengthy discussion on YouTube and for Camp Cretaceous for some time, because if you remember, the campers at the end of Season 3 finally escape the island on that boat, and when they leave, there's a hint of relief and Darius looks back at Isla Nublar and does his little memory click, and then the camera pans away and it looks at the door heading down into the hold of that boat. That's when we hear this noise. Now that noise slash roar, whatever it is, doesn't sound like it's a fully grown dinosaur of any shape or form. It sounds quite juvenile, so we know from that roar it's going to be some type of juvenile. Now there are some options of what we got, but I'm going to go with the most likely, and I'm going to cover that on its own. No other dinosaurs, just purely this, because this is what it could be and seems most likely. Now, if you remember back at the end of Season 2, you have Mitch and Tiff, and they were the antagonists of that season. Mitch and Tiff eventually perish, with Tiff being on the boat at the very end with the two baryonyxes. So then baryonyxes obviously got onto that boat, managed to kill Tiff, and my thoughts and feelings are they then went into the hold and laid some clutch of eggs. That seems the most likely at the moment, because we have the proof that the baryonyxes were indeed on the boat, because it was shown in the scene with Tiff and her demise. So we have the proof that the baryonyxes were there, and it would make perfect sense that they could then use that boat, the hold of that boat, as their nesting ground, lay them eggs and then later leave. That is how we could see that mystery dinosaur, which could be a baby baryonyx. Now there is another way that we could have a baby baryonyx in there, and that is actually by Tiff and Mitch bringing aboard some eggs themselves, because we know they were poachers and we know that they wanted to take back some stuff to the mainland, trophies, etc. So you imagine they'd actually stolen some baryonyx eggs and brought that to the boat themselves, and that's how we could have had some type of creature in the hold. Now it might not be baryonyx eggs, but that would make more sense, because that's how the baryonyxes could have traced Tiff back to her boat, by sniffing out their own eggs. So Tiff and Mitch could have somehow got these eggs, just like they did in the Jurassic Park 3 movie, where they got these eggs, brought them back to the boat, and that's how the baryonyxes made their way to the boat, by sniffing out that clutch of eggs. I was also in one of the biggest toy stores in my country a few days ago and noticed a new Lego Jurassic World set. Now in this Lego Jurassic World set, you can see me on the video in the channel picking this Lego Jurassic World set up, but we didn't explore it too much in detail on camera, so we're going to do it now. But make sure you check out that video so you can see all the Camp Cretaceous and Jurassic World stuff we got our claws stuck into. Now in this set it shows a boat, it shows some Lego figures which are from Jurassic World, and it shows a baryonyx. It also shows a clutch of eggs. Now we know Lego Jurassic World sets are loosely based on what actually happens in the films and the series, so it's never 100% tied to it, but they are loosely based on some type of scene or some type of script which happens in the films. Now in this Lego Jurassic World set we have a boat, which makes sense for Camp Cretaceous and the boat. We have a baryonyx, and then we have eggs. So it shows some eggs in this set as well, and it also shows a baby raptor, which is a strange one, but it does show these eggs and a baby raptor. So who really knows what's on that boat? But my guess is definitely pointing to the baryonyx. But the point of this Lego Jurassic World set is that it's showing these eggs, and it's showing these eggs on the boat. So that makes perfect sense, because we know the dinosaur to be a juvenile, so it's going to be a juvenile dinosaur of some sort. So my guess, and the most logical at this stage, because we've got more evidence on this dinosaur than we have everything else, is the baryonyx, that is going to be a baby baryonyx. And then that baby baryonyx could indeed somehow become bonded with the campers for future seasons, just like Bumpy did, because they're going to need a new lead dinosaur, such like they had Bumpy in the previous seasons and they marketed that, and that was really good for the show. And they could do the same now, but maybe with a carnivore dinosaur. It might be more difficult to do with a carnivore dinosaur, but it would make more sense for them to have some type of friendly dinosaur that they've become friends with in the show. Now, there are theories on other dinosaurs, but there's less evidence and proof out there, such as a baby E750 on the boat, because the sound does sound similar to an E750 and a juvenile version, but again, there's little proof on that theory. It is a likely theory, but there is not as much proof as there is for the baryonyx, because we know the two baryonyxes were indeed on the boat, which sets up them making a nest or laying eggs. And we also know that Mitch and Tiff were game hunters and could have quite have easily stolen eggs and brought it back to the boat, bringing the baryonyxes to the boat in the first place. So we've got more evidence on the theory of a baryonyx being on the boat than we have a baby E750. But by all means, if you want to see some theories I've done on E750, there's plenty of that on the channel, so go and check it out, because that is a good theory also, guys, so make sure you check that out. Anyway, what do you think is actually on the boat? Please let me know in the comments below, because I read every single comment and I reply to every single comment. So please let me know what you think is on the boat. Maybe you've got information I haven't. Let me know below and we can talk about it. As always, I'd like to thank my Patreons and YouTube members, my Research Executive B, and you personally for watching. And if you want to know how you can support the channel, links are in the description. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you've enjoyed it. I'm Shadows, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers, and bye-bye now.